From spending patterns to investing habits and mindsets, there are clear differences between a poor person's and rich person's mindset. Learn the 7 things the poor people do that the rich don't and how to avoid these habits. Poor people tend to spend a large portion of their limited finances towards unnecessary purchases, mostly influenced by immediate gratification and a lack of financial education. Poor people also spend more on trying to look rich instead of working on actually getting rich. All that stuff that they spend money on actually ends up holding them back, as those things do not add any real value. Some of the ways they waste money include daily visits to coffee shops or fast food restaurants, ordering takeout often, impulse purchases of trendy clothing, gadgets, and home decorations. They also spend huge sums of money on lottery tickets or gambling, despite the unfavorable odds. Also, they waste money on excessive smoking or drinking habits. In contrast, rich people exercise restraint and prioritize wise spending, focusing on long-term wealth-building goals by practicing delayed gratification. They are more likely to invest in assets that appreciate in value like real estate, seek out opportunities for financial growth, and make smart decisions to grow their wealth over time. Understanding these differences can serve as a valuable lesson for poor people seeking financial stability and emphasize the importance of mindful spending in achieving lasting prosperity. For many poor people, the primary motivation for working is to earn money for survival. Struggling to meet their basic needs like food, shelter, and healthcare, poor people often find themselves in a relentless cycle of working just for immediate financial support. The luxury of pursuing a fulfilling career or passion takes a back seat to the urgency of securing a paycheck to cover essential expenses. Limited access to education and opportunities may further limit their options, forcing them to accept any available job, regardless of personal interests or goals. Poor people are also afraid of losing their job, because in most cases, that is their only form of income. This causes them a lot of stress, worrying about what will happen if they'll lose their job. In contrast, rich people view work as a means to accomplish personal fulfillment, passion, and long-term goals. With greater financial security from having multiple streams of income, they have the luxury of choosing careers or business opportunities that line up with their interests and goals. They may invest in education, acquire specialized skills, and take calculated risks to build successful businesses or pursue lucrative opportunities. Breaking this cycle requires a complete change of mindset for poor people to break free from the trap they feel stuck in with their jobs. With limited disposable income, poor people lack the extra funds necessary to enter the investment market. Instead, they focus on meeting basic needs and often resort to saving money in less profitable ways like keeping cash on hand or using basic bank accounts that don't pay out much interest. Lack of financial education and access to investment knowledge prevents them from exploring potential investment opportunities. They are also afraid of investing as they fear losing their money. Without the means or knowledge to invest, they miss out on the potential for wealth growth and financial security that investing can offer. On the other hand, rich people like to have a portfolio of different investments. These investments may either be short or long-term. However, they only invest in things they understand. Their money then creates more money for them instead of sitting idle. Their knowledge of investment strategies enables them to grow their wealth exponentially over time. To address this issue, poor people should begin by educating themselves on how to use money wisely, and then they will gain the confidence on how to make their money work for them. Poor people tend to blame others for their lack of access to opportunities or their financial hardships that contribute to feelings of frustration and powerlessness. Personal circumstances and past experiences may influence their perception of the world and create a victim mentality. Poor people tend to be conditioned to see problems in every situation, as opposed to seeing the solution. They view the glass as half empty instead of half full. Taking full responsibility is foreign to them. They are quick to blame the government, their parents, spouses, or society for their woes. Blaming others serves as a coping mechanism to avoid taking responsibility for their current situation, preventing them from making positive changes. Rather than blaming others, rich people adopt a proactive approach, taking responsibility for their actions and decisions. They are more likely to view obstacles as opportunities for growth and learning, using failures as stepping stones toward success. They often prioritize self-improvement and seek out resources and mentorship to overcome challenges and achieve their goals. Their perseverance and determination enables them to push through difficulties with confidence. By learning to take ownership of their lives and choices, poor people can begin to face their adversity, allowing them to begin on a path to success. Poor people tend to waste a lot of their time in their daily struggle to meet daily necessities. The lack of access to education and opportunities may restrict their ability to invest time in personal growth or skill development. As a result, they may find themselves caught in a cycle of unproductive activities like excessive TV watching, looking for the latest gossip news, or mindlessly scrolling through social media. As many poor people don't live their lives with any goals, they have nothing to focus their time on. Poor people might spend days planning on how they will work on a task or improve their financial situation, only to spend the rest of the time fantasizing what their ideal situation would be like, without taking actionable steps to get there. However, rich people tend to use their time much more productively. They understand that time is their greatest resource, and a minute lost is never recovered. They invest in education and self-improvement, dedicating time to acquire new skills and knowledge to further their careers or businesses. They engage in networking and mentorship, using their time to build valuable connections and gain insights from successful people. They prioritize time with family and loved ones, understanding the importance of maintaining strong relationships. To quote successful author and entrepreneur Robert Kiyosaki, "The only difference between a rich person and a poor person is how they use their time." Poor people tend to choose short-term gratification and non-essential expenses like entertainment or impulse purchases over investing in education, skill development, or financial education. Lack of access to resources and opportunities can intensify this wrong thinking, leaving them stuck in a cycle of poverty. The daily struggle to meet basic needs can lead them to prioritize immediate gratification over long-term planning. The lack of access to financial education and guidance can further contribute to misplaced priorities. They prioritize decisions based on emotion and what comes easier to them, living every day as it comes. They will choose to do what is convenient instead of what is necessary to better their situation. They constantly adjust their priorities based on what is convenient for the moment. In contrast, rich people prioritize what is urgent and important for their long-term financial planning and strategic investments. They recognize the importance of delayed gratification and invest their resources wisely, focusing on assets that appreciate over time and generate passive income. Rich people also prioritize education and continuous learning, understanding that knowledge and expertise can lead to more lucrative opportunities. Poor people tend to believe that education stops the moment they graduate from high school or college. What they don't realize is that having inadequate knowledge stops them from exploring new ideas or goals, creating a limited mindset. Without ongoing learning and skill development, poor people may struggle to adapt to changing job markets, limiting their professional growth and income potential. Even though they may engage in reading, poor people are more likely to read books on fiction and fantasy instead of books on wealth creation. They may be unwilling to learn new ideas to improve their lives, instead thinking they have better ideas on how to make things happen, while they can't seem to use those tips to improve their situation. Rich people, on the other hand, love to educate themselves. They view education as a means to stay competitive, advance their careers, and explore new opportunities. They often have access to top educational institutions and personal mentors who can guide them in their pursuit of growth and success. They embrace self-improvement and prioritize continuous learning, attending seminars, workshops, and networking events to stay informed about the latest trends and innovations. To quote successful motivational speaker Jim Rohn, "Formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune." To break free from these habits requires poor people address the root causes of poverty, have a mindset shift, and focus on becoming lifelong learners as a means of empowerment. By promoting a culture of continuous education, poor people can increase their knowledge and skills, opening doors to better career prospects and improved financial well-being. Comment below which one of these habits poor people have stood out to you. Like the video and subscribe. Thank you for watching.